Hey defenders, welcome back to our channel. So today what I'm going to be talking about is in scenarios where you have multiple operating system on top of your existing host OS, which is running virtual box or virtual machine, where you have Kali Linux, Ubuntu, Red Hat, Suse, Windows and so on as a multiple cluster of other operating systems. Now you have a requirement where you want to transfer a file from one computer to another computer. But you really don't know how, because you usually what you do, you take a pen drive, copy it in one system, take it to the other system, put it there, or you share a Google Drive link. But here you don't have access to the internet here, right? So each system on the intranet is connected to each other, but none of them have access to the internet. So how do you transfer files, right? Very simple. I'm going to teach you a small little command that can come really helpful at times that you can't imagine, right? That's one of my most favorite techniques of transferring file from one system to the other. Let's see how to do that, right? So number one, what I do is I click CMD. I go to command prompt. In my command prompt, right? Please pay attention. All I do is this. I am just typing in a command saying Python -m http.server port. What does that mean? Python, obviously it's a Python programming language. -m means module. What module am I invoking? I'm invoking http server module. And on what port do I want this to be running? I'm passing a parameter here saying I want port number 1111, say for example, right? So when I say enter, look at this, what happens? It actually says serving HTTP on port, meaning this particular computer on which I ran this command now opened port 1111 and sharing the current working directory to anyone who types in the command or the IP address : the port number. Let me show you that, right? So what do? I actually open Google Chrome browser, right? Please pay attention. Here, imagine I type the IP address of the other person, right? But in this case, I am not typing the IP address. I am just saying 1111. Instead of IP address, I am saying localhost because I am showing the demo in the localhost, right? But imagine you are connected from a Linux, Windows, Mac and so on, right? So if you run this on Linux particular port will be open and that particular folder will be shared. So any Windows or Mac, anyone can connect to that IP on that particular port and download the files. Let's see, I say localhost / see, I'll just keep this inside. So you can actually see it is sharing which folder? It is sharing C drive users, this particular user accounts folder, right? That's exactly what it is sharing. Now say if I want to share this desktop folder, so I cancel this, clear, CLS, I say desktop. Please pay attention, I say dir. So these are the files I have on the desktop, right? So say I go into CD11. See, here I just have only this folder, right? So say I want to share this particular folder only, right? So what do? I run the same command again, right? So it is running port HTTP server on port 1111, right? Now what do? I go here and refresh this. See, you are only seeing that particular folder and files. See, you can see which particular file or folder that particular person is accessing. This is called the access log, and this is the source from which the access is happening, right? And it is very simple. You can do a right click, save the file and save link as. So it's possible that you can save every single file you want, and it's a very simple, easy, effective method of transferring files from one system to the other. How many of you use this command on a regular basis, right? Please drop in a comment on the section below. For people who never did this earlier but started doing it now, and it's become an easy way of sharing files to one another. In that case, please drop in a comment in the section below. I'd love to hear more about this, and I will also personally respond back to every single messages. And last but not the least, in case you found this information useful, and if you think someone else requires this content, consider sharing and subscribing. Last but not the least, come let's together make the cyber world a secure place to live. Thank you.